You know, driving to the North Shore back in the day was always through those cane fields that aren't there anymore. And it was always to Haleiwa. That was the coolest town on the North Shore. We didn't go much to Waialua, so today is going to be a first. This is going to be cool. I'm Sue Jorgensen. I'm a former magazine editor and a current Kūpuna. I love staying active, local food, and discovering new things. Join me as I search for things that are cool for Kūpuna.
Cool for Kūpuna is brought to you by HMSA, Premier Benefit Consultants, Impact Wealth Solutions, Engel & Volkers Honolulu, and Primary Residential Mortgage Hawaii.
Making the drive to Waialua is an experience in itself. Nothing but nature everywhere you look. The air seems fresher and the pace is definitely slower. I enjoyed my long drive to the country and started my day with a unique spin on a local fave, Shave Ice at Island X. Bill, this community is special. And the whole Waialua versus Wailua, what do you say?
Waialua.
Waialua.
Yes.
What happened to the A?
It's in there.
Okay. How did you end up in this old sugar mill actually,
Well,
right?
kind of long story. We used to be in the garment business and we used to import the pareos and we
Pareos, yeah.
the sarongs and
Right.
we would sell them at swap meet originally. That was years ago.
Yeah,
and then we rented this space as a warehouse for our clothing line. And then slowly over time, you know, the business not so good anymore, and so and then when I came, I saw this place. It's just amazing to me. Originally, I'm from South Carolina, and it's a lot of historic buildings there, and we always in that part of the world we really appreciate that old stuff.
Preserve them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I came and I'm like going, man, this would be really cool. We could do a little store.
And then the shaved ice.
Yes.
That was your brainstorm?
No. So my wife is from Taiwan, and Taiwan is famous for the shave ice. And you know, shave ice came from Asia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so in Taiwan, they don't use artificial stuff. It's all real. And then when my wife came to Hawaii, she was excited. Oh, I heard Hawaii shave ice. So she wanted to try the shave ice. So when I took her, we went to one of the local shave ice places and she tried it. And then she was like, I'm like, what? She goes, it tastes like cough syrup. And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, it's like artificial. So she wasn't impressed. And then, so she told me then, look, I want to do this. I want to make my own shave ice syrup. And I'm like, that's a lot of work. And so I tried to talk her out of it. And of course, you know,
You have shave ice today.
She's in charge, really.
So she makes her own syrups then?
Yeah, and it's not really, it's more like sauce. So it's a little thicker. And you know, it's not like the artificial one that's just you pour it all over and it just saturates the ice. These ones, it's more layered. We'll put a little layer of shave ice syrup or sauce and then
more ice.
And then
like there's a technique.
Yeah, and then we use all the local stuff like the Waialua mango, the papaya from here, pineapple from up on the hill. We have a Waialua chocolate, Waialua coffee.
On shaved ice?
Yes.
Oh.
It's really good.
Ube.
So the thing about the ube is, you know the nice purple color in the ube that you see?
Right.
It's all very close to the edge of the skin. If you crack open the ube in the middle, it's really white. Okay. So the trick, and it's a real pain, is to peel the ube very gently. You can't just whack it off like a carrot, right? So it's quite troublesome.
Because you got to get that extra layer of purple.
Yes.
I see.
And it's seasonal. So you have to grab it while it's around, and then we just freeze it and then make it into the sauce.
Well, you know, I've been here before, and you know, growing up on this island, I don't always come out to this part of the island. But I know a lot of Kūpuna might have a connection to Waialua sugar mill, right?
Exactly. In fact, you know, we get a lot of folks that come here and they're telling me, you know, my grandpa worked at this mill, or even whole generations come back from mainland looking for their roots. And then if you were born and raised on Oahu, you're connected to this area somehow, whether it was your uncle, your auntie, or grandpa. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and it's cool to find you off the beaten track.
Yeah, it is. In fact, I tell people, hey, it's top secret. You know, don't tell anybody. I think that kind of adds to it, because we don't do any advertising at all. It's basically word of mouth, or people are blogging about it or writing on some kind of online.
I'm fascinated with this syrup that your wife and you make for the shea dice.
Yes.
I got to try some.
It's good stuff.
A special mahalo to our community partner, Crime Stoppers Honolulu.
40 years ago, Crime Stoppers Honolulu was formed to make our community safer. With thousands of arrests, closure of cases, and millions of illegal drugs off our streets, Crime Stoppers Honolulu continues to reduce crime in our neighborhoods. And with student and animal crime stoppers, the safety of our residents and community continues to grow. With our great volunteers and community support, Crime Stoppers Honolulu looks forward to another 40 years. See something, say something, and stay anonymous. Together, we'll keep Honolulu safe. Mahalo.
Learning about Medicare can make you dizzy. Which parts do I need? A, B, or C?
How much does it cost? Are they like 2 in a row?
Will it cover all of my medical expenses? How will I sign up for it?
Hey, no stress. Talk to the experts. They make it simple and stop your head from spinning.
We all want to live our best life. That's why HMSA is building healthier communities to support your health and well-being. Whether at work or at play, you deserve quality care wherever and whenever you choose. We're here when you need us. No matter where you are in life, HMSA is here with you. For the good times, for the tough times, for lifetimes.
Are you ready to find your dream home? Engel Invokers Honolulu will take you there. Whether your dreams are just around the corner, in another state, or around the globe, we're here to help you find your perfect home. In downtown Honolulu, the Stadium Mall, or our new luxury division in Kahala, Engel Invokers Honolulu can turn your dreams into reality. Follow your dream home. Engel Invokers Honolulu.
Next in my itinerary was a visit to a local farm. But this farm was unlike most any of us have ever been to. Yes, it's organic, but their crop is considered a little taboo by many of us Kūpuna. So glad Waialua Care Farm taught me to open my mind to the health benefits of its products. Jason, this place makes me happy.
Yes.
What a wonderful operation you have here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how it all started and why this is your passion.
Yeah, no problem at all. You know, we started in about 2015 when the medical licenses were just really trying to make their way in and get everybody growing, but there was a lot of like law enforcement problems. So basically what we just started taking care of people. People were coming to us with cancer problems and stuff, and this is before dispensaries were even open. So nobody had a place to go get their medicine unless they knew people on the black market they could get it from. So we just started doing our own thing, and we've grown to what we are today. It's 2023 and we have over 2,000 patients.
Yeah, that was less than 10 years ago.
Less than 10 years. We started in 2015, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yep.
For Kūpuna, as far as it being safe and non-addictive and natural, I've known that we have cannabinoid receptors in our body,
we
right?
do, yep.
So this is kind of what nature's medicine for us.
That's correct, and there's a lot of new science coming out even on the cannabinoid systems in our body with like breast milk and lactation. There's so much stuff coming out right now that we never even knew about that we're now finding these healing powers from. And it's really, you know, Colorado has really been kind of the state that led the way because they just went so big. And now we're starting to see a lot of science coming out, you know what I mean? That's been around, but the United States has held it back from the old Ronald Reagan days and drug wars and stuff like that. So we're really, you know, we're moving ahead really fast right now and trying to let everybody know in Hawaii, this is a safe drug. We can have safe communities, we can have children education. This stuff is all very easy to achieve if we set up the right program, you know. And setting up dispensaries and just going ahead of our business is not the right way to do it. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of stigma too, you know, from the 60s when pot was pot and there weren't options. It wasn't used, it was used for recreational basically, right? And now we have all this whole field opening up as an alternative to a lot of the addictive opioids and ways of Western medicine treating, you know, pain and chronic conditions. So this is super. But I know there's different types of, right? I mean, with their different properties. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
And there's a lot of different flowers in here and a lot of different what they call terpene profiles. And so a lot of the terpene profiles of these plants, like myrcene's in orange, right? So you'll see myrcene in some of these cannabis plants. And myrcene is a sedative property. It's a sedative terpene that lets you get sleep at night. And so now we're seeing like Kūpuna and stuff, who are taking like low dosage gummies that we make from these plants, and they're sleeping throughout the night without taking drugs like Ambient and stuff like that. And so that's really what we try to cater to. We try to understand each patient's needs. We try to educate. That's really the most important part here, is going, hey, don't just come here and smoke some weed. Let's tell you what each thing does and look for that terpene profile that you're looking for that makes you happy and up. Or you'd like to be relaxed through the middle of the day, or you'd like to have a lot of energy to clean the house and get kind of that more up movement, you know? So we're learning a lot of information right now.
So how do you customize if someone comes to you and says, okay, I'm having trouble sleeping, how do you know the proportion of THC to cannabis and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so a lot of our stuff that we make on site with our cannabis, as far as edibles and stuff like that, we can control the dosage. And a lot of it is testing, right? So if I gave you a 5 milligram gummy, it might be too strong for you, but for another auntie, it might be perfect for them. And then we'd say, hey, well, let's go down to 2 milligrams, or maybe you need a 50 milligram gummy. And so when you start to talk about controlling THC levels, it doesn't work. It's all about what each patient particular needs are and how the cannabinoids affect them and their body.
Jason, I'm ready to become a patient. Can I go find out more?
We can, yeah. Let's take a journey and figure out how to get you to be a patient here.
If you would like to watch this episode again, please visit coolforkūpuna.com. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for sneak peeks and behind-the-scenes footage and photos.
We are all so blessed to call Hawaii our home. We enjoy beautiful scenery, amazing food, and the spirit of aloha. At Premier Benefit Consultants, we are grateful to have become Hawaii's trusted Medicare insurance resource over the past 15 years. And we are looking forward to providing you with many more years of professional, reliable, and friendly service, all with aloha.
Everything great starts with a dream. Whether you're a member of Hawaiian Electric Employees, Hawaiian Financial, or Kauai Federal Credit Unions, or a business owner, are you ready to build a life you'll love? As life changes, dreams change. At Impact Wealth Solutions, your life is our commitment. That's the Impact way.
Dream. Plan.
Live! Your retirement should be enjoyable. But with everything costing so much, it can be stressful, especially here in Hawaii. A reverse mortgage isn't some kind of trick to take your home. It's a loan like any other. The big difference is how you pay it back. Remove the worry, get the cash you need, and stay in the home you love.
Call 808-422-8000 and let Primary Residential Mortgage show you how a reverse mortgage can enhance your retirement.
I really had to go through the headaches of being a landlord because, you know, there were alterations made to the property without my knowledge or consent. I didn't know anything about DST until Kay explained to me what it involves and the benefits I get from it. The income I get exceeds the rental that I used to get. I think it was about 40% more.
Let our team of 1031 exchange specialists help you. Engel and Volkers, Honolulu.
Were you growing up into chemistry or agriculture or both?
Well, I'm a biologist by trade, so I'm a marine biologist, graduated from Richard Stockton State College in New Jersey, and then I became a Hawaii invasive species biologist. So I worked for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service here for Papahanaumokuakea and the Hawaiian Islands doing invasive species biology. So I'm a scientist, yeah, I guess you would say, and that's where all this stuff's really important to me, and that's how I spread this education.
How would you suggest Kūpuna educate themselves more?
Come visit us. You know, that's really what it's all about. You need people that know what they're doing to understand what's going on. You can go to websites and stuff like that, but it's really the people that are on the ground that are educating our Kūpuna. We do it here all the time. We have new Kūpuna that come in and go, hey, I just can't sleep at night. And we'll go, hey, here's a really low dosage gummy, start there so you don't, make yourself sick or something. And we've seen, people are sleeping at night now. I've seen hundreds of people that don't take Ambien anymore.
Auntie.
Yes.
How has medical marijuana helped you?
It helps me in many ways. First of all, at the age of 74, it gets me up when I have fibromyalgia.
Oh, you have fibromyalgia. Yeah.
Bad. I whack my legs all the time. I take gabapentin. That don't help. I take it twice a day. But with the medical marijuana, it makes me relax. It calms the nerves down in my legs. And it makes me want to climb mountains and valleys, whatever I got to do to take care, because that's how I feel. And believe me, I grind a lot better now. Believe me, I grind a lot better.
That's important.
So does my husband.
Yeah. So for Kūpuna that want to try this medicine, what would you suggest?
I recommend that they don't be afraid and come and try it. Because they need to see and feel the difference, and they will. They will. So Kūpunas, don't be scared. Come out. Come out. Better by the galore. And I'm going to be 75, and I am happy that I can do all this. The people where I live, they look at me like, whoa.
Oh,
Auntie, how you do it, Auntie? Because 3-4 times I'm walking, I'm climbing, I'm doing all kinds. How you guys? And they stay in the corner. They look so depressed because they cannot move, or they're afraid to try to venture to some place like this. And it'll be the best thing they ever could do. They could.
We take a lot of pride in having our medicine be as clean as possible. I strictly adhere to every possible thing that I can do to make sure that the end user is getting safe, clean medicine. And and Jay does a really good job of making sure that it's accessible to the people. So the tandem of the two of us, of both of our strong points, just really have propelled this farm to where it is. It just started with a handful of people, and more people just kept coming to us wanting advice on not only how to grow it, but how to use it, or they couldn't do either. And this is a place where you can learn, you can be as involved as much as you want. I mean, it's just there's a lot of intangibles here besides just accessing clean cannabis.
So glad I came out here today. It's been such an education, and I guess I'm really impressed about how you care about the Kūpuna.
Yeah, we just want the communities of Hawaii, the people that are not involved in cannabis, to relax and understand. We are taking steps to make this a safe thing for everybody. We want safe cannabis use for Hawaii. We want people to relax and laugh and enjoy each other. This can be done with this plant very easily, and we just want the people to be safe. Yeah, that's really
I'm all about relaxing and laughter.
Yes, exactly.
So Daryl, cooking, I love to cook. Tell me what I need to know about staying safe in the kitchen.
Well, the first thing that we like to, I guess, to let people know when it comes to cooking is whatever you do, don't walk out of the kitchen while you're cooking. Unattended cooking is like a #1 cause of fires here in Honolulu and even on the mainland. Yeah.
Don't leave the kitchen. I do that often, and I don't remember to go back. There's a way to remember. You told me this before.
Yes, so if you really need to walk out of the kitchen, we always recommend turning the stove off. But for those people who really need to keep that stove going, we always recommend using a pot holder like this. Put the pot holder on your hand, or carry the wooden cooking spoon around with you while you're walking around your apartment or home. That way, when you look down at your hand, you'll notice, oh, I have something on the stove. Good thing to remember when you're cooking or before you even start cooking is to make sure you have the lid that goes with your pot. Because in case you do have a cooking fire, we always recommend, sliding the lid over and turning the heat off and just letting it cool down. That's the safest way to put out like a cooking fire, especially if it's oil. You can just smother it, remove the oxygen, and that kind of allows the fire to extinguish itself. That what we don't want you to do is like run over to the sink and put water on. That's how a lot of seniors end up getting burnt that way. Yeah.
What about the whole thing with flour?
Oh yeah, we don't recommend using flour because flour can actually ignite if it hits an open flame also. So we don't want you using flour or an extinguisher which is under pressure. So you might end up spreading the flame around your backsplash or your hood, yeah.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much, Daryl. So rather than rolling up my sleeves and getting in that kitchen, I think I'm just gonna go out to eat.
Yeah, always a good option.
Sue's Wardrobe is sponsored by Simply Sisters.
Learning about Medicare can make you dizzy. Which parts do I need? A, B, or C?
How much does it cost? Are they like 2 in a row?
Will it cover all of my medical expenses? How will I sign up for it?
Hey, no stress. Talk to the experts. They make it simple and stop your head from spinning.
We have a pretty unique family. We're very extra. Our oldest is Elijah. They told us he was never gonna live. He's come so far and he has now overcome everything that they said that he was never going to do.
He's my hero, just watching him do all those things and still be the happy kid that he is.
HMSA really has been there for our family. Whenever, wherever, they've been there for us and allowed us to live our best lives.
Everything great starts with a dream. Whether you're a member of Hawaiian Electric employees, Hawaiian Financial, or Kauai Federal Credit Unions, or a business owner, are you ready to build a life you'll love? As life changes, dreams change. At Impact Wealth Solutions, your life is our commitment. That's the Impact way.
Dream. Plan.
Live! Your retirement should be enjoyable. But with everything costing so much, it can be stressful, especially here in Hawaii. With a reverse mortgage, you have more money to spend every month because your mortgage payment is optional. Remove the worry and go back to doing what you love with the ones you love.
Call 808-422-8000 and let Primary Residential Mortgage show you how a reverse mortgage can enhance your retirement.
So financial advising, how did you get into the business?
So my career, so actually kind of taking a step back, my career, I started as a store manager at Fisher Hawaii. So not sure if you...
Oh, I know Fisher Hawaii, of course. It's still around.
Yeah, it's a
much
great...
smaller, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a great store, and I started my career there. And after that, I went to banking. And so, I have over 19 years of banking experience. I worked for 2 major banks here in town. And then, but it's funny how life kind of works. And so one day, one of my clients, the owner of our firm, I met him, and he was looking for a banker, and I developed a relationship with him, and then I became his banker. And the main thing that I wanted to stress when I was working with him was, hey, what you're doing as a financial planning firm was so interesting, and I thought, hey, I I always wanted to be a financial planner, and you know, he gave me an opportunity to come aboard. But I was a banker for many years, and then ultimately what happened back in 2010, my mom had a stroke, and after she had a stroke, it really put life into perspective. And you know, my parents were great people, but they never really did financial planning. And so I saw going through my mom's struggles how important it was to have proper financial planning. And so when I met Troy and I had that opportunity, I thought, wow, this is what I've been looking for. And so I was really fortunate to be able to join Troy in this company.
It was a good use of your background, you know, with that financial perspective. Right. But where did you grow up? Which island? Was it Oahu?
So yes, born and raised here. I'm the youngest of 5 children. Yeah, self-proclaimed mama's boy, and you know,
you're the youngest. There's something about the youngest, right?
Yes, yes. And so, you know, I have great siblings, and then you know, but I had a chance to really spend a lot of time with mom and dad, and you know, I always thought staying here on the island was what I wanted to do. Yeah, so born and raised here.
Carl, you mentioned, you know, starting wherever you're at, even if you have not saved from a young age. What advice would you have for someone in that situation?
I would say get started as soon as you can. So work with a financial advisor who will understand your dreams, goals, and objectives, and get a chance to know and understand what you're looking at doing, and just seeing where you are, and then at that point, working with the advisor to point out where you may want to go.
So where you're at and where you want to go, is there a cost for your services?
So as far as our financial planning services, we don't actually charge for that. That's just part of what we do, including reviews, which is really important. And the reason we do that is some people, they may not have the funds, or maybe some clients may not want to pay for the financial planning services. So in our situation, we're trying to let everyone know that, hey, our financial planning services are complimentary, including reviews. Come on in. We're trying to give as many people an opportunity to have a plan without having to charge up front.
Yeah, why wouldn't we, right?
Yeah, sure. You know, we think it's a great chance to understand where you are, because I think a lot of people may think, well, yeah, maybe I'm on the right track, or maybe I'm not. Well, let's work on a financial plan, and let's see where you are. Let's see what the numbers play out.
Yeah, and you do this every day with clients, so go to the experts when you need advice, right?
Yes, no, absolutely.
So what is the most satisfactory part of your job?
It's getting a chance to build relationships with clients, and seeing where they are, and having them achieve their dreams, goals, and objectives. And you know, when people work so hard for that, and you see them accomplish it, you know, it's you know, their success is our success too. And the other thing is just continue to build that relationship, because these people are like family to us.
I was going to say, you build your ohana, really, right?
Yes,
yeah.
it is. And you know, our firm is a small firm, and you know, we feel like, hey, working as closely as we can with our clients, because they really are like family.
Nice.
Cool for Kūpuna was brought to you by HMSA, Premier Benefit Consultants, Impact Wealth Solutions, Engel & Volkers Honolulu, and Primary Residential Mortgage Hawaii.
You know, Waialua was so much cooler than I could have thought. I mean, there's a lot to learn out here, and there's a lot to see. So when you go to the North Shore, don't just head for Haleiwa. Stop over, check it out. It's worth the time. Until next week, malama pono, ahui ho.
Plant up the lo'i. We are bringing back the old school Hawaii. We're spreading aloha from Keiki to Kūpuna.